Sorry, Rochdale. And there's Maddie.
Hi, as promised, here is my review of Book Club, the movie. I should explain that I went to Manchester to see this with my good friend Maddie, who has a house there, and I love Manchester. First of all, I'd never been. I'd like to go again, and I thoroughly recommend it as a really nice city. So there'll be a bit more on Manchester later on, some random shots. I did a bit of antiquing there too. It was hard not to. It was a really good place for that. So, to the film. Book Club. Well, what did I think of it? It was funny, it was fun, it was light. It was an entertaining short movie to watch. I didn't take away anything really significant from it, but then I wasn't expecting that. But did it live up to my expectations? I think it's easiest to look first at what I liked about it, and then we'll have a look about what I didn't like. Okay, so what I liked, it was funny, it was entertaining. The standout things for me were the performances. I mean, with a cast like that, you would expect it. Really good cast. To a certain extent, the actresses seem to be playing themselves, or what we've come to expect of them, but I didn't mind that. Yeah, that was fun. It looked lovely. It moved along at a pace, and the thing I liked best about it was that it was about the book club. I think the fact that they'd stayed together as friends all those years, and that the book club had been a significant part in that, because it had helped them to regularly meet up, to keep in touch, to discuss things. All that was great. I really liked the book club was behind it, so I enjoyed that very much. And yeah, it did make me laugh. It was funny, and the performances were very good. Okay, so what didn't I like about it? Okay, it was very light, and I think it was a bit of a missed opportunity, and there's two reasons for that. They only looked at one book or one series of books, and I didn't really get, okay, it was erotic fiction, 50 Shades, hugely successful book, read the first one myself, quite enjoyed it, didn't read the other two. But would the women in that story have been so surprised by a piece of erotic fiction? Would they have had their eyes opened like that? Would they have been so innocent in the ways of the world? Would they have been so shocked? I love that the book was transformative for them, but I didn't really get that four intelligent women who'd led, interesting lives, had families, some of them done all sorts of different things. Would they really have been that surprised and that overwhelmed by that book? So that surprised me a bit. I wish they'd had more than one book in the story, and that somehow that had led them to look at different things, and I wanted to hear more about other books that they considered and how that had changed them. They mentioned a few in passing, but I think that was a bit of a missed opportunity. But my real gripe with it is the women were just too perfect. They were just too gorgeous. It was nice to look at, and I get that it's a film and it's, the best of all possible worlds and that sort of thing, but they never had a bad hair day. They never had a bad clothes day. They never looked real. Okay, the glamorous one needed to look glamorous. The really professional one, she had to have a professional look to her. I get that, but could they not have been a little bit more realistic? Could we not have identified with them a bit better if they had been a bit more realistic? And I think that was a missed opportunity. So what would I give it? Out of 10, I think I give it a 6. It passed an evening. It was fun. I went with one of my best friends and we had a laugh. Interestingly, if you have a look at the pictures, you'll see just how full that auditorium wasn't. The film had only been out maybe 2 weeks. It's a big city. It was, a Saturday night. I was a little surprised at that, but then maybe I shouldn't have been, because when I talked to the girl selling the tickets about how the film had done, she said it's done okay, and it was quite funny. But it wasn't anything really special. People didn't seem to be raving about it. She said, but then, and I roughly paraphrase here, it didn't have to be special because it was a comedy. What do you think about that? Of course, I have a video on writing humour, and I will link that so you can have a little look. And humour is a very subjective thing, but I was a bit worried about and surprised by this idea that if a film was a comedy, it didn't have to be clever or good or have anything more to it than a few laughs. What do you think about that? So let us know in the comments. Let us know if you've seen the film, what you thought of it. I'd like to hear that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with your friends, and good luck with your own book club, I say. Now, here's a few more random shots of what I got up to in Manchester.